Brianna's in the building. Okay, Greece. Ms. Harden said, I'm ready for today. You ready for today? Let's go. We're going to get it. We're going hard today. Ooh, you might need 2 seatbelts for this one. Susan's in the building. What's up, Susan? So good to see you. Yeah, you may need 2 seatbelts for this one. You just... Okay, Sophie, I got you. Absolutely, I got you. I'm going to see what your ear is like, Sophie. You know, you got to have the right ear. So I want to see what your ear is like. See if you can catch those moments, those little highlights in there. I'm going to see. I'm going to check and see. See what your ear game is like. Malaysia's in the building. What's up, Malaysia? So good to see you. Nah, Sophie says, you already know. Sophie, your ear game might be better than mine. You know, I can catch those moments. Some people miss the moment. Sophie. Some people miss the moment. They don't know where to start that. Start it right on that moment. They miss it. Kanisha's in the building. What's up, Kanisha? So good to see you all. Good morning, Daily Dose. So good to see you, Mama. So good to see you. So good to see you all. So good to see you. So good to see you all. Peace and blessings to you all. Adriana, what's going on? Got my Stacy in the building. What's up, Stacy? What's going on? What's the latest and the greatest? Paradise, what's going on? So good to see you. Life coaching. I do life coaching, but to be honest with you, I'm so disrespecting the title because what I do, to be honest with you, I don't even know if you could put a label on it. If I'm just being honest, but just to point your mind in a particular direction, life coaching is what I do. But it's really self-awareness, it's self-mastery, it's emotional intelligence, it's relationship mastery. But the self-awareness is the grandfather of everything. It's the highest level of intelligence on the planet, because it's spiritual intelligence, right? What could possibly be more important than that? Self-mastery is great. Emotional intelligence is great. Wisdom is great. But nothing trumps self-awareness. And so self-awareness is the Mount Everest of information, period. Because once you understand self-awareness, not only do you understand yourself, not do you understand every person around you, but you understand all of the systems in place. You understand all of the programming and conditioning. You see the world through from an eagle's point of view versus being on the ground. You're in the world, but you're no longer of it. And that's the most beautiful thing, I think, in the world, because that's when you truly start to become powerful, when you are in the world, but you are no longer of it. No longer of it, meaning that you're not seeking external validation. There is no suffering in your life. There's no depression in your life. There's no unhappiness in your life, because you understand that you were the root cause of it all. You're not living out of your story. There's no more pain. There's no more drama in your life, because all of the drama only exists in your mind. All of your problems exist in your mind. You are in direct alignment with reality. You're in direct alignment with unconditional love. You're in direct alignment with happiness. And you become a version of yourself that is just so magnetic that you just attract things to you. You attract money to you. I promise you it. I probably have 200 messages in my inbox right now from just opportunities. Because when you become self-aware, people just gravitate towards you. So whatever it is you're doing, whether you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're this, you're that, it just enhances whatever you're doing times 1,000. And so self-awareness is something different. It's something that I wish every single human being could experience, because I promise you, once you experience the self-aware version of yourself, you'll never want to go back to anything else. You'll never chase anything else. It's just the most beautiful thing. It's the most beautiful thing. It's the most powerful thing on the planet. And you won't know until you're there, right? That's it. That part right there. It's all energy. You understand? It's all consciousness. Really, is what it is. It's really just all consciousness. So whether you can call it energy, you could call it consciousness, you could call it the divine, you could place any label on it that you want, but it all goes back to self-awareness. Right. All right. Yeah, you guys do me a favor and share the live to your stories. If you would, I would appreciate that. Share the live to your stories. Yeah, D, it's the thing that I wish. Soul is mind. Soul is mind. Soul is mind. Not brain. Soul is mind. And mind is made up of three different components. Or soul is made up of three different components, excuse me. Well, mind is outside of you. That would be the first distinction. Mind is outside of you. Brain is what you are in possession of right now. Mind is what's outside of you, but mind is soul. You know, with your mind, you think, with your will, you choose, and with your emotions, you act. So your soul is comprised of those three components, right? You know, mind, will, emotions, and then that's how you act, right? Mind is soul. All right, let's get busy getting busy. Let's get busy getting busy. Again, with your mind you think, with your will you choose, with your emotions you act. You know, and once you understand how it all works, most people, let me say it this way, most people aren't successful in life because you're using your brain to try to create the success. Your brain's job is not to create success in your life at all. That it's not its job, that it's not its function. Your brain has one function, just one, to keep you alive. That's it. That's all it cares about. It doesn't care if you're rich, doesn't care if you're poor, doesn't care if you live in a mansion, doesn't care if you live in an apartment, doesn't care if you're homeless. It doesn't care about any of that. That's not its responsibility. Its responsibility is only to keep you alive. That's it. And it stores all of the previous experiences that you've had leading up to this moment. Your consciousness's job is to help you thrive. Your consciousness's job is to help you to become the most successful version of yourself. There's a big difference between what your brain is doing and what your consciousness's job is doing. Most people don't understand consciousness, which is why they stay stuck. Because you trying to think your way to the life that you want, and that's not your brain's job. You're asking it to do things that it was never created to do. Right? You see what I'm saying? Consciousness. Everything is consciousness. So it's when you understand the difference. When you understand the difference between your brain and your consciousness, you'll truly understand how you become the most powerful and most successful version of yourself. That part right there, D. That part right there. All right. I start at 9 a.m. Central Time, and speaking of which, I start at 9 a.m. Central Time. Yeah, with your mind you think, with your will you choose, with your emotions you act. That's soul. It's comprised of that right there. If you think anywhere outside of it, so you have brain, you have mind, and then you have consciousness. Once you understand how they all work, you become the most powerful version of yourself. One more time: brain, mind, which is outside of me, consciousness. Once you understand how they all work, it's game over after that. I don't use my brain a lot when it comes to creating success, because my brain, again, it's only trying to keep me alive. That's where all of the fear is coming from. That's where the worry is coming from. That's where the stress is coming from. That's where the depression is coming from. That's where the unhappiness and the anxiety and all of those things, that's all coming from your brain. Your brain is producing all of that. Why? Because you're asking it to predict outcomes that it doesn't have the power to predict. So anytime that it's trying to predict some outcome and it doesn't know the outcome of this particular situation, boom, here comes the fear signal. Boom, here comes the worry signal. Boom, here comes the stress signal. Boom, here comes the anxiety signal. Why is it sending you that? It's sending you that because you're asking it to do something that it was never designed to do. You're asking it to predict a pattern that it doesn't have the information available to it at that time to predict the pattern, because you're not staying in the moment. You're focused on a moment that's outside of the present moment. Anytime you step outside of the present moment, you're already in trouble. Anytime you step back into yesterday, you're already in trouble again, because you're misusing the asset. That's all it is. It's very simple. It's very simple. It's all simple. It's all simple. Once I teach it to you guys, it's all simple. And then all of the stress goes away and the worry goes away and the fear goes away and the doubt and the limitations and all of those things. It all goes away once you understand how it all works. Your only problem is just you don't understand how you work. It's the only problem you have. So you trying to think your way to success and think your way to this and think your way to that. No, you're doing too much thinking. Your thinking is what you've already experienced. Why you want to keep thinking? Why do you want to keep applying something old to something new? The present moment is new. So why are you applying your thinking to the present moment? That's what's creating the problem. You don't see that? See, your brain is holding all of the programming and conditioning. It's holding every single experience that you've had leading up to this moment. You keep projecting some old experience onto this moment, which is producing the suffering. How is it producing the suffering, coach? It's producing the suffering because your programming and conditioning doesn't go with the moment. You trying to put two left shoes on. The programming and conditioning doesn't go with this moment. I'm telling you right now, your programming and conditioning does not go with this moment at all. So anytime that you apply your old programming and conditioning to the present moment is saying this doesn't fit here, and it's rejecting that. And when it rejects that, it creates the negative feeling in you. But once you understand consciousness, and once you understand that I need to always be in a flow state, I don't need to keep adding something. Does your brain serve a powerful function in your life? Absolutely. But we're walking around spending 75, 80% of our day in a state of thinking. You're always thinking. Again, your thinking is everything that you've already experienced. How are you growing if you keep entertaining what you've already experienced? How are you growing? You can't learn nothing new because you're too busy thinking. I promise you, I have zero stress in my life, zero unhappiness in my life, zero depression in my life, zero fear in my life. All of that stuff's gone. I'm like, damn, where'd everything go? Where'd everybody go? It's all gone. Why? Because I understand how I work. When you understand how you work, everything is easy after that. I retired. My brain very rarely gets to step in. You got the average person, your brain is driving the car and making the decisions and focus on where you're going. It's trying to build the company for you. It's not this job. It's not his job. You said, so am I constantly having to check myself? No, because like I said again, I'm in alignment with the present moment. I'm never out of alignment with the present moment. Right? Once you become in alignment, and if you're not there yet with respect to self-awareness, then I understand, and you'll get it when you become self-aware. I'm always in alignment with the present moment. I'm never out of alignment with it. Well, what's the present moment? God is the present moment. See, what most people don't realize is that nothing negative can exist in the present moment. Did you guys know that? Did you know that? There's not a single negative thing that can exist in the present moment. Not one. Give you 50 years to think of one. I promise you, you'll never think of one. Nothing negative can exist in the present moment. Let me tell you why nothing negative can exist. Because the present moment belongs to God. All of your programming, all of your fear, all of your doubt, all of your limitations, all of your worries exist in a previous moment. Not in this one. Think about what I'm saying. Everything negative exists in some previous moment, not in this one. God is like, if you don't get that about my moment, nothing gets to be where he is. The present moment belongs to him. And let me tell you what you do. You reactivate some previous experience that you've already had, and you project that onto the present moment. It's not a part of the present moment. It's only a part of the present moment in your mind. That's why your fears don't live in my mind. That's why your problems don't live in my mind. That's why your anxiety doesn't live in my mind, because it's not a part of the present moment. It's only a part of the present moment in your mind, nowhere else. So all of your suffering, you're creating. All of the unhappiness, you're creating. All of the depression, you're creating. You are creating it all. But God is so powerful and so beautiful. He says, nothing gets to be where I am. Not that's negative. I'm love. Nothing gets to be here. Now you can have it in your mind all day long. It won't be here. It won't be where I am. I can promise you that. I'll let you think whatever you want to think. But it will not be a part of my moment. And the day that you realize that, you'll wake up and you'll understand. There's not a single thing that's negative that can exist in the present moment. Everything that's negative is something that you're projecting onto the present moment, but it's actually not a part of the present moment. It's only a part of what's happening in your mind. Nowhere in reality. If I gave you $1 billion right now, you couldn't tell me where fear lives. Because it only lives in your mind. If I gave you $1 billion right now, you couldn't tell me where anxiety lives, because it only lives in your mind. If I gave you $1 billion, you couldn't tell me where depression lives, because it only lives in your mind. You're creating it all. But the same way that you can create the depression, you can create happiness. The same way that you can create the anxiety, you can create love. It's all a frequency. So if you're going to be creating something, why not create something that's going to empower you? You the creator. Why are you creating things that are diminishing you? Because you don't understand how you work. Does that make sense? So your problem is simple. It's easy. It's easy. I'm going to help you master it. It's easy, I promise you. You don't even need to be stressed out about anything. You don't need to be worried. You don't need nothing. Everything is fine. I promise you, everything is fine. You're in good hands right now. All of it is in your head, Marie, all of it. Think about what I'm saying. You're reactivating previous memory traces from a former now. See, you got to understand that the past is the now remembered. The future is the now imagined. And the present moment is the now experienced. Once you master your understanding of that, it's game over. Let me say that one more time in case you missed it. The past, what you call the past, is the now remembered. What you call the future is the now imagined. And what you call the present moment is the now experienced. Two of those things don't exist. Only one do. Only one of them does. Which means get out of the way. Which means you're the problem. Which means that, see, you got to love yourself enough. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You got to fall in love with you. That's really what it's all about. You got to fall in love with you. Because if you don't fall in love with you, you'll never have a burning desire to become something greater than you are right now. You got to understand that you are something that there is not a word that has ever been created that can describe what you are. No one can tell you where love comes from. No one can tell you where consciousness comes from. You can take every scientist on the planet, every theologian on the planet, every preacher, pastor, take the Pope, take every person, roll them all up in a ball. And there's not a single person that can tell you what love is. There's not a single person that can tell you what happiness is. There's not a single person that can tell you where consciousness comes from. Not one. And if I were to take 1 billion people and put them all in a room, watch this. If I were to take 1 billion people, put them all in a separate room where no one could hear the next person's answers, I would get 1 billion different definitions of love. I would receive 1 billion different definitions of what happiness is. I would receive 1 billion different definitions of what consciousness is. Why is that, coach? Because everyone is looking at these things through our concept of them. We all have a concept, but a concept is not reality. That's how people see you. They see you through a concept of you. They don't see what you really are because no one knows what you are. They know your name. They may know where you work. They may know certain actions and behaviors that you may have. They may know your parents and a few people in your bloodline and all of that, but they don't know who you are at your essence. Let me tell you something that's mind-blowing. If you were to take all of the smartest people on the face of this earth, I didn't say some of them, I said, if you were to take all of them, they cannot exhaust the single essence of a fly. No one can tell you what's at the essence of a fly. If I can't tell you what's at the essence of a fly, how the hell can I tell you who you are? Why would you allow someone to tell you what you are and to place all of these limitations on you? You are consciousness. No one can describe where you come from. No one can describe what you are. We can put you into a concept, but the concept is not reality. You don't fit into a concept. And if you don't fit into a concept, how do we put God into one? If we can't fit you into a concept, and we can't, how do you describe God with your thinking mind? You can't. But you got so many people out here that will tell you and talk like they know. God told me this, and he told me that. That's your spiritual ego talking, sir. You need to turn that volume down. You're speaking from your spiritual ego. God didn't tell you that. You're speaking from your spiritual ego right now, and you're projecting what you really want me to do onto me, and you using God because you think I'm going to listen a little bit harder because you saying God said it. Stop letting people play with you. God put it on my heart to tell you. No, why didn't he put it on my heart? He live in me. You mean to tell me that he jumped out of my body, jumped into your body only to give me a message when he's already inside of me right now? That's what you're telling me with a straight face? You better let people quit playing with you, man. God told me to tell you, young man, God told me to tell you, young lady, the relationship that I have with God is unique to me. There's not a single person in history that will ever have the relationship that you have with God. That's what the self-awareness is trying to teach you. Every single human being is going to have a different experience of him because every single human being has a different gift, has a different purpose, has a different mission. That's why he places you in a state of isolation. He ain't going to have nobody talking for him. I promise you. He's not going to have that man or that woman come up and tell you anything that he's not going to tell you yourself. But he places you in a state of isolation because you don't know the sound of his voice. Because you listening to the people on social media, you listen to the people in this organization or in this group, you listening to your parent, you listening to your friends and your family. You got so many voices in your head, you can't hear his. So he places you in a state of isolation so that you can hear him. And he removes everyone away from you. People have spiritual egos. That's what you develop. When you read these religious books and all of these things, you develop a spiritual ego. And when you develop the spiritual ego, you start projecting your spiritual ego. The same way you got an ego right now. You have a regular ego that comes from your programming and conditioning, and then you can develop a spiritual ego. People develop spiritual egos. And your spiritual ego sounds like something that God just might say. It sounds like something that goes, so God put it on my heart to come and tell you. No, he didn't do that. That's your spiritual ego talking. There's really something that you want me to do, and you're projecting what you think I should be doing in this moment, and you're utilizing God's name because it carries more weight than your opinion. That's why they do it. His name carries more weight than their opinion. So if they just walked up and said, I think you should be, you wouldn't be listening. But the moment he says, God put it on my heart, you stop in an instant. I'm going to say something to you. I just need you to hear me. I'm not asking you to change anything. Hang on, you guys. I'm going to say something to you right now. Just listen with your spiritual common sense. That's all. It's right in front of you. What I'm getting ready to say is right in front of you. You don't have to be a mathematician. It's not a math problem. It's not going to be hard to figure out. A lion's cub, right? A lion's cub is a lion. A bear's cub is a bear. And God's child is a God. Don't let that go over your head. Understand what you are. I said a lion's cub, I don't give a damn what country you go to, is a lion. A bear's cub will always be a bear. A child of God is a God. You're an extension of him. Understand what you are. Stop letting people play with you. You're too powerful to let people play with you. You come from too much to let people play with you. All right, let's get busy. None of that was even about the live. Let's get busy. Let's get busy. When people don't understand what you are, they'll place a label on you. And when you don't know any better, right, you start identifying with the label that the person places on you because you don't know any better, right? Anytime that a person doesn't understand something, we attach a label to it. And the moment we attach a label to it, all understanding stops. All growth stops. Everything stops. That's why in awareness, we don't attach labels to things, no matter what, because now all knowledge stops. Once I think I know, I'm no longer looking for the answer, right? And then once you attach the label to that person and then you attach belief to it, the belief creates the experience. So it'll keep me blind to the truth. I'll never know what you are once I attach the label to you, because all growth, all understanding stops. That's why you don't allow people to attach labels to you, but that's also why you don't attach labels to yourself. You are the divine experiencing life as a teacher. You are the divine experiencing life as a doctor. You are the divine experiencing life as a content creator. You are the divine experiencing life as a fill in the blank. No labels. You are the divine experiencing life as a homeless person. No labels there. So you can't place me in any box. The moment that I say I am a blank, I am a teacher, I will never be seen as anything greater than that. Not because I'm not, because I placed the label on myself. I placed the limitation on me. When you become self-aware, there are no more labels. Let me say this. He said change can happen at any time. Absolutely. People think it takes time to change. No, change is a decision. The moment you make the decision, the change has happened already. There's nothing else to do. Let me say this to you. If you take care of this moment, the future will take care of itself. That's all you have to do. If you take care of this moment, the future will take care of itself. You don't need to worry about the future. You just need to take care of this moment. Because if I take care of this moment, the future is automatic. Why? Because the future is this moment imagined. That's the whole game. That's the whole art to life. The only thing you have to do, God is asking you to do one thing. He's only asking you to do one thing. He said, I got yesterday and I've got tomorrow. I need you to take care of this moment. Don't worry about what I'm doing in the future. Don't worry about what happened yesterday. Take care of this moment. The only thing you have to take care of is what you own. Everything else is only an extension or the byproduct of that. It's what you own is this moment. You are responsible for what you add to this moment. That's the only thing you got to do. You don't have to focus on anything else. If I take care of this moment, the future will take care of itself. But if I don't take care of this moment, what is my future going to look like? See, you got to understand that when that person is in that toxic relationship, man, you didn't take care of the moment. That's what I see. That's what I'm hearing. When you are in a toxic relationship, when you are in an abusive situation, that doesn't just start overnight. That doesn't just start in a nanosecond. Man, that took time. Which means that where were you at? You weren't taking care of the moment. Why? Because you were focused on what these people were doing over here, watching people on social media, all in these people's business over here, focused on who's dating this person over here, caught up in the celebrity gossip. Man, you weren't home. So because you weren't mastering the situation had mastered you. And before you know it, you all in some toxic situation now. You trying to figure out how to get out of this box you put yourself in because you did not take care of the moment. Because if you were taking care of the moment, there would be no toxic relationship. There would be no disrespect. There would be no abuse because we're going to stop that right here. We won't get past this moment. We're going to either blow it up in this moment or we're going to leave this moment. We're going to disconnect in this moment. But what we will not do is take this negative moment into the future. No, we're going to stop right here. We're going to pull the car over right here on the side of the road. We'll be sitting here. We'll be sitting here at 5 o'clock in the morning before I allow this relationship to take another step with the disrespect, before I allow this relationship to take another step with the abuse. I caught it day one. You talking about you've been in a relationship for 5 years and been in a relationship for 10 years and been in a relationship. Coach, I've been in this abusive relationship all this time, but you ain't taking care of the moment. I don't know what's in control of your moment, but you're not, because there's no way that the relationship could have ever gotten out of control if you were taking care of the moment. Which is the only thing that God is asking you to do. Stay out of everyone else's lane and focus on your lane because your lane is too important. If you're not in control of the situation, then that can only mean that the situation is control of you. You always have to be in control of the situation. I don't give a damn what's going on. And you have to love yourself enough to walk out of any situation that's not loving you the way that you deserve to be loved, period. That's not even open for discussion or debate. That's just where we start. That's where we start. I will leave you sitting here at this table eating dinner by yourself. I will leave you sitting here in the living room arguing by yourself. I'm walking out of every situation that takes me out of alignment with who I am. I'm walking out of every situation that takes me out of alignment with the way that God sees me. If you don't love me and respect me the way that God sees me, I'm out. I don't give a damn if we on the phone. I don't give a damn if we swimming in the pool. I don't give a damn if we climbing a mountain. I will leave you climbing by yourself. Because if you don't respect you, no one will. If you don't love you, no one will. People will play with you. I'm telling you now. They will play with your time. They will play with your energy. They will play with your emotions. They will play with your money. They will take everything they can from you and then go give somebody else everything that they didn't want to give you. If you take care of the moment, the future takes care of itself. That's the only thing that you have to master. You don't have to master anything else. So the moment that the disrespect comes, we put the car in park right here. I don't give a damn where we are. Wait, when did we start doing that? When did we start doing that? When did you become this version of you? This is not who I met. We're going to blow the relationship up right here then. We're going to start high-fiving and peacing out and all of that right here, right now. Matter of fact, let me go get my duffel bag. Because if this is what it's getting ready to be, I already see what the future is. You showing me the future right now. See, because anything that you allow to get introduced into the relationship becomes a permanent part in the relationship. So if I dominate the moment, right? If I'm watching my moment and I see you come with the disrespect in that moment, the moment that I see the disrespect and I don't say anything about it and I turn down I just created the whole future. Whole future's created and I'm responsible for it. Don't blame the person. Stop blaming the person. You're responsible for what gets in your moment because the moment belongs to you. The moment doesn't belong to your significant other. It belongs to you. God gave the moment to you. Wasn't two sets of keys. He handed you the keys. He said, you take care of this moment. I got yesterday. I've got tomorrow. Hold this moment down. That's all he's asking you to do. He ain't asking you to save the world. He ain't asking you to end world hunger. He's asking you to take care of this moment. And if you take care of this moment, I'm building the future out for you. It's going to all be built out when you get there. We fumble that. How you fumble the moment and it's all you got. Because we're never there. We're always in the future somewhere creating our anxiety. We're always in the past creating our depression. We're always in other people's business comparing ourselves to other people, which lowers our vibrational frequency. We're always thinking about who we used to be, which leaves us in a state of dissatisfaction. Man, you better get into the moment before the moment gets into you. I'm just telling you what's real. I'm telling you what's real. Your only job is to master this moment. That's it. That's it. Everything else is only the extension or the byproduct of that. See, because my thing is this. Boom, the moment. God gave me the moment. Okay, the moment belongs to me. Now, I get to choose what I add to the moment. I may want to add a steak dinner to the moment. I may want to add the gym to the moment. I may want to add a walk on the beach to the moment. I may want to go to the movies with my moment. I may want to add this person. Maybe I want to spend some time with this person. But the moment belongs to me. And so if you're unhappy right now for any reason, it's only because you've added something to your moment that no longer adds value to you. And you're having a negative reaction to whatever it is that you've added to your moment. See, reality provides the stimulus, but you provide the reaction. So something that you added, God didn't add it, your kids didn't add it, the people on social, you added it. So your job, because you added it, you're also the only person or the only thing that can subtract what you've added. No one else can do it. So if you're unhappy for any reason in this moment right now, it is because you've added something to your moment that no longer adds value to you, period. The $1 billion question is, what are you going to do? It's the only thing that's important. What are you going to do? It's your moment. What are you going to do? You're going to walk around unhappy all day? You're going to walk around disconnected from God all day? You're going to walk around disconnected from the highest vibrational frequency all day? Or are you going to remove the thing that no longer adds value to you? Are you going to love yourself enough in this moment to eject whatever it is that's in your life right now that's no longer serving you, no longer adding value to you? See, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about that attachment. That attachment is a bad boy. Let me tell you something about that attachment. The attachment will convince you that you need the person, even though the person no longer adds value to your life. That's why you hang on to people that don't serve you, because the attachment has you convinced that you need this person, even though the person doesn't serve you, even though they make more withdrawals from you than deposits. The attachment, that's why you got to let go of your attachment. That's why detachment is the most powerful skill you can develop, because once you understand detachment, I understand that, listen, my job is to dance my dance. That's it. That's all. My job is to show up to the present moment and be the most authentic version of myself. No pretending, no creating stories about how I think things should be, how I think. No, I'm fluid. I'm in alignment with reality. If reality goes left, I'm going left. If it goes right, I'm going right. If it brings me someone, wonderful. If it takes someone away, wonderful. Nothing belongs to me. I'm fluid with reality. So whatever happens, what do I say all the time? We only get two things in life. We get blessings and battles. That's all you get. It's so simple. Life gives you blessings and it gives you battles. What you have to understand about the blessings is that the blessings are short-lived. So God is going to hand you the blessing. It's going to bring you temporary joy, temporary excitement, temporary happiness, and then it's gone. So you don't cling to the blessing. And right after the blessing, he's going to send you a battle. That battle being a metaphor for some obstacle, some hurdle, some roadblock, something that you're going to have to overcome. Once you overcome whatever that battle is, once you overcome that, he's going to send you another blessing. Now, if your life was only filled with blessings, there would be no growth. And if your life was only filled with battles, there would be no happiness. So you need both. You need the blessings and you need the battles. Let me tell you how you become the most powerful version of yourself. When you start looking at the battles through the same filters that you see the blessings through, oh, you become amazing. You become amazing because the battles is what transforms you. The battles is what leads to self-awareness. The battles is what's going to help you become the most powerful version of yourself. Not the blessings. The blessings only give you harmony in life. You become the most powerful version of yourself the day that you look at the battle through the same filter that you look at the blessings through. See, because somebody programmed and conditioned you to look at your life as good or bad. You categorize everything as good or bad. And anytime that something is bad, right, you have a negative reaction to that, meaning you release all of these negative feelings because it's out of alignment with your programming and conditioning. So you say it's bad, but the moment that you say it's bad, you lower your own vibrational frequency. Nothing is bad. Everything is a blessing to you. The battle is infinitely more important to your life than the blessing is. So if the battle is infinitely more important to your life than the blessing is, why isn't everything just looked at as a blessing? That's what it is. You need the battles. Without the battles, you don't become self-aware. Without the battles, you don't become the most powerful. I don't give a damn how many blessings you have. It will never transform you into the most powerful version of yourself. Never. If I removed every single battle out of your life that you've already overcome, you would be a shell of yourself right now. That's a diamond hard fact. I don't even have to know your name to know that. If I removed all of the things you've already overcome, you would be a shell of yourself right now. You need the battles. But the problem is that you're looking at the battles as something being wrong. And here's what I need you to understand. You may be in a season of your life right now where you're having the battle, right? You're going through a season of your life right now. You've got to understand that. Once you get that, you got to understand that what's on the opposite side of that battle is all blessing. And then once you get that blessing, it's going to be short-lived. Whether you get the new house, or you get the new apartment, or you get the new significant other, you get the new this, you get to do that. You're going to have another battle again. Why? Because he's transforming you. It's all growth. All of the battles represent growth. The blessings represent temporary joy, temporary happiness, temporary excitement. That's it. So the combination of the two is what transforms you into the most powerful version of yourself. I only see everything as blessings. I don't even look at it as a battle. How can I look at something as a battle if it's helping me to become the greatest version of myself? Why would I look at it through a negative filter? If it's helping me to become something that I would never have become had I not gone through this, why would I look at it through a negative filter and punish myself at the same time? When you change the way you look at things, everything you look at changes. That part right there, Juliet, the battle is the gift. Because the battle is what leads you to self-awareness. The battle is the gift, not the blessing. The blessings are wonderful, don't get me wrong, you need them, but nothing is like the battles. Nothing. Nothing is like the battles. Your emotions are not the problem. You ignoring them is the problem. You not understanding how you work is the problem. You allowing people to disrespect you is the problem. You showing up small in certain situations is the problem. Your emotions is not the problem. You ignoring them is the problem. And not taking the time to understand how you work is the biggest part of the problem. That part right there. That part right there. That part right there. I love you too, Danny. That part right there. And here's it. You clinging and being attached to the person that is causing and creating the negative emotions to begin with is the biggest problem. I said you clinging and being attached to the person, place, or thing that's causing all of the negative emotions to show up in your life to begin with is the biggest part of the problem. How are you hanging on to the thing that's causing the problems? You know how many people I coach every single day? You wake up unhappy every day, depressed, sad, but you're hanging on to the thing that's creating the negative emotions. And the emotions are not the problem. You not understanding why they are showing up is the problem. That's the problem. The emotions are the best thing that happened to you. Why? Because you attracted them into your life. You added something to your moment. Whatever the thing is that you've added to your moment, you are having a negative reaction. You got to understand, people don't create your negative emotions. The situations don't create your negative emotions. Circumstances don't create your negative emotions. The meaning that you attach to those things creates the emotion. The story that you tell yourself about that particular thing creates the emotion. So don't point the finger at the person. He makes me unhappy. She makes me unhappy. Humanly impossible. Don't say that out loud. Because saying that out loud reveals your level of awareness or lack thereof. Don't say that out loud. Nobody has the power to make you feel anything. The story that you create in your mind about the person is what's hurting you. Your reaction to the person is hurting you. The meaning that you attach to them is hurting you, which means what? I've got a choice here. Come on, come on. I've got a choice here. I can continue to hang on to the person and experience the negative emotions because the emotion won't leave until the person does. Or I can hang on to the person, right? Or I can let go of the person. And the moment that I let go of the person, the emotion is gone like that. I can continue to cling to the previous moment and hang on to my depression, or I can let go of the previous moment and my depression goes away immediately. Make a choice. I can continue to cling to the future and create my anxiety, or I can get locked into the present moment and let go of that thought and my anxiety goes immediately. You have a choice. You're creating it all. That's a choice you got to make. I'm not going to put my thumb on the scale with respect to what choice you got to make. But that at the end of the day, like I said again, boom, the moment belongs to you, right? The moment belongs to you. Let me say it this way. You're the sky, okay? You're the sky. Every negative emotion that you will ever experience is only a cloud in your sky. You have to understand why certain clouds are showing up in your sky. Why is this cloud called depression showing up? I'm clinging to some previous experience. And because I'm clinging to the previous experience, I can't dominate the moment. I can't be in the present moment and clinging to a previous moment at the same time. So the depression is coming to let me know you have to let go of me. Because if you don't let go of me, you're going to create a traffic jam in your mind because the present moment can't break through because you're not home. It's knocking at the door. No one's answering. Why? Because you're hanging on to some previous experience. That's why I'm here. I don't want to be here, but I'm here to let you know you have to let go of me. I can't leave until you let go of me. That's what if the depression could speak, that's what it would say to you. I don't want to be in your life, but I'm only here to let you know that you are out of alignment with the truth. You are out of alignment with reality. You are out of alignment with God right now. And if you continue to cling to this thought, I will continue to show up. I don't want to be here. I want to go. I want to leave. But I can't leave because you won't let go of the thought. And you've created a traffic jam in your mind. Everything is backed up now. That's why the depression is showing up. The anxiety is showing up because you're too far out in the future. You're trying to predict outcomes that you don't have the ability to predict. You're not trusting God. You have no trust. You're worried about what might happen. You got to understand how powerful you are. You got to understand how you work. You got to understand how you work. Hang on, you guys. Yep. All right. The formula is simple. It's a 3-step formula. I teach this to people all over the world. It's a 3-step formula. It's simple. Number 1, get in touch with the negative feeling. Why do I need to get in touch with the negative feeling? You need to get in touch with the negative feeling because you're having a negative reaction to something in your environment. Again, the moment belongs to you. Something you have added to your moment is causing you to have a negative reaction. So step 1, get in touch with the negative feeling. The feeling is on your side. So you don't need to run from it. You don't need to suppress it. You need to understand why it's there. You don't need to start identifying with it and all of those things. You don't need to do that. You need to understand why it's there. Get in touch with the negative feeling. Go out in nature. Get away. Go sit by the beach. Go sit by a river. Go sit somewhere. I appreciate that, Mama. Thank you. Right? Go sit somewhere. Why? Because you got to get in touch with the negative feeling. That's number 1. One more time, you're getting in touch with the negative feeling because something in your immediate environment no longer adds value to you. That's why you're getting in touch. So you're doing it from a place of non-emotion. There's nothing to become emotional about. There's nothing to become upset about. Okay? I'm looking at my life from a detached perspective. I'm scanning my environment and I'm saying what in my life no longer adds value to me. Once I identify what that thing is that no longer adds value to me, that's sending that depression cloud, that's sending that unhappiness cloud, I've got a choice to make now. I'm either hang on to the thing and the cloud will stay there, or I can remove the thing and the cloud leaves. That's the choice you have to make. So that's step one. Step two, understand that the feeling is in you. It's not in reality. It's not in your kids. It's not in your significant other. It's not on social media. It's in you. So the one that needs to change is you. Don't try to change the people because that won't solve the problem. There's something in you that's causing you to have a negative reaction to something that you have added in your environment. So you don't try to change the environment, you change yourself. And when you change yourself, the environment changes simultaneously. How do I change myself? I increase my awareness. Why am I rejecting this person? What is it about that person that's causing me to have a negative reaction? The person represents reality. So anytime that you reject reality or you resist reality, you're going to suffer in that moment. There's something that you're not accepting. That means that you lack emotional intelligence. Why? Because you're still running your program. You've got a mental checklist here, and your mental checklist is comprised of your programming and conditioning, which means that this person doesn't check certain boxes on your list with respect to what you think a good person is, what you think pretty is, what you think smart is, what you think funny is. They don't make your list, and when they don't make your list, you reject the person. So the one that needs to change is the list, not the person. Does that make sense? Got it. Shonda, I see you. Thank you, Mama, for everything you do. Okay. So you don't change the person. Change the one that created the list. You created the list. The person didn't create the list. Okay. Step three. Don't identify with the negative feeling. And the reason why you don't identify with the negative feeling, number one, you're the divine in human form. You don't identify with anything. Other than God, you don't identify with anything. Again, you attracted that particular cloud into your sky. You're the sky. The cloud is only there to let you know that something no longer adds value to you. Come on, y'all. It's right here. It's right here. Listen to what I'm saying. You are the sky. Don't hang on to the metaphor too tight, because if you do, you miss the point. You are the sky. Okay? Every negative emotion that you experience is only a cloud in your sky. The cloud is on your side. The cloud is only there to let you know something doesn't work for you anymore. Something doesn't add value to you anymore. You are out of alignment with the truth. You are out of alignment with reality. And most importantly, you are out of alignment with God. God put a whole system in you to make sure that you would know anytime that you are disconnected from Him. That's what the emotions are there. They're tapping you on the shoulder and they're saying, wait a minute, you tripping right now. You chasing this person, that means you already lost yourself. You clinging to yesterday, you creating the depression. You stepping outside of the present moment, you creating the anxiety. Wait, what are we doing here? Your job is just to master the moment. You all over here. So the negative emotions are coming to let you know that you are out of alignment. That's it. You don't need to talk to no therapist. You don't need to talk to the psychiatrist. You don't need to talk to the pastor. You need to understand how you work. It's so simple. Every single negative emotion is coming because you are out of alignment with reality. You're out of alignment with the truth. You are disconnected from God in that moment. You're either in a previous moment or you're in some future moment, but you're not in this one. And you've got all of this traffic built up because you're hanging on. How can you experience this moment if you're hanging on to the next one? If you're hanging on to the previous one? going back to my original point, when your only job is to master this moment. What's serving me in this moment? What's no longer? That's it. You got to become get your black belt in that. Become a 7th degree black belt in just mastering the moment. Become a 7th degree black belt in removing anything from your life that doesn't serve you, that doesn't add value to you, that doesn't love you the way that God loves you. It's a simple formula. Simple formula. See, let me tell you how cold God is. You judge other people, but he doesn't judge you. Make it make sense. You reject people, but he doesn't reject you. Make it make sense. Every single thing that we do to other people, he's never done to you. I said never. I don't even have to know your name, and I know that. We make assumptions about people, but he doesn't do that to you. We project our wounds onto people, but he doesn't do that to you. Stay in alignment with who he is. He's the blueprint. He's the formula. He's the map. And the only thing that you have to do is dominate this moment. Be what you are. You were created to give love, not to seek it. The moment you go out seeking it, you're already disconnected from it. The moment that you have to go looking for it means that you're not in possession of it. If you're looking for love, that means you're not in possession of it. You're not in possession of it. That's why you're looking. You find things when you're not looking for them. That's your whole job, is to give love, not to seek it. You got the best job in the world. I don't know a job on the planet that's better than that. The only thing he wants you to do is give away everything that you are. Give away the love. Nobody can take anything from you because I'm always in a constant state of giving it. And it doesn't matter. Somebody asked me that question the other day. About, what if you give love to someone and they're not giving love to you? I want to say, I'm probably butchering this, but giving love to someone and basically they're disrespectful to you. It doesn't matter what other people are. It only matters what you are. Don't transform who you are to be what this person is now, because you're going to always be unhappy. If every time you meet someone, people are suffering. That's why awareness is so important. People are walking around suffering. Stop looking at the pretending. Stop looking at people's highlight reels on social media. That's not what's going on behind the scenes. People are suffering. People are suffering. They're in pain. They've got trauma. They've got unhealed versions of themselves. And everybody is doing such an amazing job at pretending to be happy, pretending to be this, pretending to be that. You're buying the trailer to the movie, but you didn't see the movie. The movie was ugly. You bought the trailer though. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something that this is not philosophy. What I'm getting ready to give you, it's awareness. Once you really understand it, just let this hit your spiritual mind real quick. Let this hit your spiritual mind. Somebody said they got pages of notes, huh? Let this hit your spiritual mind real quick. You are a lover, warrior, guardian, and leader all at the same time. I'm gonna qualify it though. See, in your mind, you may not see it. Let me tell you how powerful you are. You are a lover, warrior, guardian, and leader. I'm going to qualify it. I'm going to qualify that for you. You are a leader with respect to whatever it is that's happening in your tomorrows. Tell me another human being that's responsible for that. Take God out of the conversation. Tell me another human being. I'm qualifying what I'm saying to you right now. Tell me another human being that God put in charge of being that for you. You are the leader because you are responsible for what happens in all of your tomorrows. No one else carries that title but you. You are the guardian at the gate of your happiness because that assignment can never be in anyone else's hands. What does that mean? What that means is this. You protect that gate. Protect that gate meaning who you allow to have access to you, who you add to your life. Because whoever it is that you add to your life and whoever it is that you have access to, you're either going to have a positive reaction to that person or a negative reaction. But you are the guardian at the gate. I can't add people to your life even if I wanted to. That job is yours. So you're the guardian with respect to who you allow to have access to you. I just qualified too. Nobody else carries that title but you. So we got leader already. We've got guardian already. And the warrior in you must always fearlessly protect what you love. In my opinion, this one is the most important. I said the warrior in you must always fearlessly protect everything that you love. Let me tell you what that means. There are certain relationships that you have that should be sacred. My relationship with my students is sacred. There's not a single person that can speak into that relationship. I'll fight you in the street. I'll fight you in the street for that one. I'm so protective over them. So protective. No one gets, I don't care if it's my mom. I don't care if it's my sister. I don't care if it's my brothers. I don't care if it's a friend. No one gets to speak into that relationship. My relationship with God is sacred. No one gets to speak into that. You got to know what happens. There should be certain relationships that you have in your life where there's not a single person. The relationship that you have with your significant other should be sacred. Stop telling your friends everything that your significant other is doing wrong to you. Because if you're not ready to leave that person, what you got to understand is that you're running a program in their mind. They have an emotional attachment to you, not to that person. So when you go and you vent to them, telling them everything that he's doing this wrong and he's doing that wrong and he hasn't done this and he hasn't done that, and you don't plan on leaving the person, understand that you're building a program in their mind. And every time they see this person that you claim to love, that you stand with, they're going to see that person through a negative filter. And then every time that person comes around your friend, they're going to feel weird. You're going to be like, why your friends always look at me like that? Not even knowing that you're the one telling them all your business. There are certain things, your relationship with your significant other, whoever that person might be, should be sacred. No one should be able to speak into that. And if the relationship is so bad that you got to run and vent to all of these people, well, then leave the relationship. If it's so bad, just walk out of the relationship. And if you're going to talk to anyone about the relationship, talk to God about the relationship, because your friends can't help you. If you're going to vent to anyone, vent to him about it. I see this happening time after time after time after time. But you got to understand, when we go and we dump everything that's going wrong in our relationship with our significant other, never realizing, you don't realize this. People who lack self-awareness don't realize this. You're creating a program in their mind. Every time you tell them something about your significant other that's not seeing them in the best and most positive light, you're building a program. And every time they see your significant other, that program starts running. Your significant other can literally become the CEO of Pepsi. And guess what your friend's gonna say? Yeah, he might be the CEO of Pepsi, but he still be disrespecting her. He might be the CEO of Pepsi, but he still don't do this and that. He might be the CEO of Pepsi, but they gonna always look through the negative filter first before they ever see the positive. And guess who created that? You did. If the relationship is that bad that you got to complain and complain and complain and complain about the relationship, just walk away from the relationship. And if you're going to talk to anybody, talk to God, because he's the only one that can fix whatever's broken in your relationship. If your friends can't do it, again, they have an emotional attachment to you. They're going to always see it your way. I don't give a damn what you say in that moment. They will always see it your way. Does that make sense? I understand we make mistakes, and I understand when we lack self-awareness, we don't really know what we're doing sometimes. You got to understand, man, every time you start talking to people about what's happening, you building a program in their mind, they will never see your partner the way you do ever again. Here's what's crazy. You and your partner might get in the fight, right? You get in the fight. An hour later, you over the fight. You ain't even tripping no more, but you done already told them. So you got past it. Now y'all back pillow talking and cupcaking and making love and all of these other things. But they got a negative program running. And that program will always run. It will never be dismantled, ever. You already got past it. You ain't even tripping anymore. You forgot that you told them. They don't forget. Y'all funny, man. That part right there, Lynette, I'm telling you, you building a whole program in them people's mind, and they will never see your partner through a glowing light. Ever, 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 ever. That's the worst mistake you can ever make. You want to turn your friends and your man into enemies? Keep telling them your business. And what's going to happen is that because they're running a program, anytime they see that person, their vibrational frequency is going to start to emit from whatever that program is. And your partner will be in the room with them and he'll feel the energy. Now, he won't know because he won't know what you told him. But he'll feel the energy from that. He'll feel that their energy is off. I always feel weird when I get around your friends. That's why. Yeah, because I'm telling you, yeah, if you don't like your friends' boyfriends because they put a program in your mind and that's the only way you see that person. This is just awareness. People just need to understand that. Like, I don't, like I said again, it's you being the warrior with respect to that means that there's just certain relationships that have to be sacred, right? The relationship between me and my students is sacred. It's sacred. There's not a person on the planet that can speak into that. It's sacred. The relationship I have with God, it's sacred. The relationship with myself, it's sacred. There's just certain relationships that are sacred that people have to know. You don't even get that. And before you even start speaking into it, park, freeze. Hold up, pump, stop right there. Before you even get comfortable, stop right there. Because you're in a lane right now that you don't belong. You got to put people in their place quick. I'm talking about put all the brakes on. Put 3 brakes on. The emergency brake, put the brake on in the trunk, put all of the brakes on. Stop right there. Let me stop you right there because you're speaking into something you have no business speaking into. And you got to let people know that. And once you check people on that, then they'll understand. Again, you give people a world-class education into how to treat you based upon what you accept or tolerate, right? The moment belongs to you. One more time. You got to dominate that moment. What you mean we tolerate the disrespect? We don't do disrespect. I don't know where they do that at. Ooh. I gotta say this. Ooh, I gotta say this right here. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Vonnie, I'm telling you, I'm finna come. You can start the space shuttle, Vonnie. Vonnie, start the space shuttle, because what I gotta say, we're gonna take off running to the space shuttle, lock the door, we're gonna take off. Vonnie, they're gonna be coming, Vonnie. I'm telling you, they're gonna be chasing us. I'm telling you, pump the gas pedal 2 times. Hit it, then start it. You got to turn the AC off before you start it, though, because you know it won't start as long as the AC running. Turn the AC off, hit the gas pedal 2 times, start that bad boy. You got to have the engine running, Bonnie. Have the engine running. Because when I say what I'm getting ready to say, I'm going to take off running. I'm telling you. I'm getting ready to take off running right now because I'm going to hit you hard with this one. Ooh, I'm going to hit you so hard with this one. I'm going to hit you hard with this one. Start the space shuttle. You know we only got one seat belt, even though it's got 2 seats in it. So we're going to have to share the seat belt. All right, here we go. What I'm getting ready to say, it bothers me spiritually. Stacey, thank you, Mama. I appreciate that. What I'm getting ready to say right now, it bothers me spiritually. Spiritually, it messes me all up. Just even saying it, I'm getting emotional right now. Just saying it, just thinking about it. If you have to ask a person if they still care about you, the answer is in the question. I said, if you have to ask a person if they still care about you, the answer is in the question. If you have to ask a person if they still love you or want to be with you, the answer is in the question. The fact that their behavior has led you to this line of questioning is the only answer that you need. Something about their behavior has led you to this line of questioning. Well, you got to ask the person, do you still want to be with me? And do you still love me? And is this still worth fighting for? You got the answer. The fact that you are confused. See, there's nothing on the planet more clear-sighted than love. Nothing. People say love is blind, coach. Nothing could be further from the truth. Your attachments keep you blind. Clinging to people keep you blind. Your programming and conditioning projected onto the present moment keeps you blind. Not love. Love is the most clear-sighted thing in the world. It's a universal language. I don't give a damn what country you're in. You'll feel it. If you're not... Come on, Tara. We got to tell them. I don't care where you are. You can be in China. You can be in Africa. You can be in some country they don't even speak your language. I promise you right now, when love's presence shows up, you feel it. You don't have to speak the language. You will feel it. Because God is love. That's why he made sure that it would transcend any language barriers. So you mean to tell me you in a relationship where you both speak the same language and you questioning whether or not this person loves you? That's what you're telling me? I said, you in a whole relationship. You got to speak the same language. And you confused about whether or not this person loves you or not. Love's not there. That's why you're confused. Love's presence is not there. That's why you are confused. You don't know what's there, but love is most definitely not, because if it was there, you would know. We don't have to talk to the preacher when love is there. We don't need to go talk to the therapist when love is there. We don't need to go talk to the psychiatrist when love is there. When love is there, we don't need to talk to anyone. Because when love is there, whatever it is about my behavior that's causing a negative reaction in you, I'm stopping it immediately. I don't need to go to somewhere so somebody can give me all of these rules that I need to follow about how to start loving you again and how to jumpstart the happiness again and how to create the spark again. When love is there, you don't have to do any of that. When love is not there, then you do that. If I got to pump you back up into loving me again, you don't love me. If somebody's got to sit down and coach you on how to love me again, you don't love me. If somebody's got to hook the jumper cables up to your emotions again to get you to start feeling it, get you to start communicating it, get you to start showing up for me, and get you to just the bare minimum, love's not there. Hasn't been there. And the problem is that that's a reality that you're not willing to accept yet. You don't want to accept the reality of that. You know love is not there, but it's a reality that you don't want to accept. So you run to the therapist. You run to the psychiatrist. You run to the pastor. You run to all of those people. Why? Because you're not ready to walk away, but emotionally your partner already has. Emotionally your partner has already checked out. You just haven't checked out yet. I'm just hitting you with the truth. Somebody checked out. The moment we have to go talk to someone, someone checked out already. The minute we got in the car, the relationship was over. The minute we got in the car and I put it in drive so that we could head to the therapist, we could head to the pastor, we were already in trouble. We were only trying to preserve what was already broken. We were only trying to prolong what was already over with. Somebody just wasn't ready to accept that. No two people fall in love at the same time. No two people fall out of love at the same time. Someone's always in it first. Someone's always in it last. That's a diamond hard fact. Truth is knocking at the door. We're going to open the door. We're going to let truth sit outside. So one more time. If you have to ask the person if they still care about you, the answer is in your question. If you have to ask the person if you still want this, the answer is in the question. If you have to ask that person if they still love you, the answer is in the question. The problem is there's a reality in that moment that you're not willing to accept. You're not ready to accept the reality of the situation. I understand that. One more time. No two people fall in love at the same time. No two people fall out of love at the same time. Someone is always first. Someone is always last. There's always someone that's not ready for the party to be over yet. And the fact that this person's behavior led you to a line of questioning is the only answer you needed. See, I never worry about the action. What I worry about is the thought that fathered the action. What was the thought that made you need to go ask the question to begin with? That's where the truth lives. Don't let that go over your head. One more time, it's never about the action. It's always about the thought that fathered the action. We get the action when you walked up and asked that person if they still wanted this or that. What I'm concerned about was, what was that thought you had? Talk to me about the thought. Talk to me about that thought that you sat with and sat with and sat with until you developed enough courage to go and talk to your partner. Talk to me about that thought, because that's where all of the truth lives. The truth is not found in what you did. The truth is found in what you were thinking before you did what you did. Come on, Silver CEO, we got to teach him. Let me say this. If you keep showing up to the toxic relationship, that's a decision. If you keep tolerating disrespect from other people, that's a decision. If you keep waking up being the same person that you were yesterday, that's a decision. Your life won't change until your decisions do. I'm telling you, the life that you want is on the opposite side of the decisions that you're afraid to make. Some of you guys right now are stuck in life. See, I tell people this all the time. The heaviest things in life are not iron and stone. The heaviest things in life are unmade decisions. Some of you guys are stuck because there's some decisions that you need to make about your life regarding things that no longer add value to you, things that no longer serve you. And you're stuck right now because you don't know what to do. You're hanging on to the comfort zone, or you're hanging on to this life that you built with this person. Maybe you got credit tied up with this person. Maybe you got some assets with this person. Maybe you have a business with this person. Maybe you have a home. Maybe you have kids with this person. There's something wrapped up, but emotionally you want to check out, but fear is keeping you there. One more time. Fear is, you don't fear the future. It's humanly impossible for you to fear the future. What you fear is what you imagine might happen in the future. You're trying to predict something that you don't have the power to predict. That's what's keeping you stuck. What God needs you to do is take action. He said, I got you, but you're not trusting him. You stand in a situation, waking up unhappy every day, waking up moody every day, waking up heavy every day. You've lost your capacity for joy. You've lost your zest for life. You've lost your bounce. You've lost your glow because you're hanging on to a situation that mentally and emotionally you've checked out of, but it's convenient for you at the same time. So you stay. Because oftentimes what happens is that we're more concerned with how our life looks to other people than how it feels to us. So your life may look amazing to all of the people on social media and your little family and your little friends. They look like you got it all together. But internally, you're a mess. You probably haven't been happy in years. One more time, if you keep showing up to the toxic relationship, that's a decision. If you keep tolerating the disrespect, that's a decision. Your life won't change until your decisions do. So understand that you're creating the life. You're either going to spend your time building the life that you want, or you're going to spend your time creating more of what you don't want. But the time is being spent regardless. So you will either spend your time building the life that you want, or you're going to spend your time building more of what you don't want. But you're spending the time anyways. So if I'm spending the time anyways, why wouldn't I be spending that time building what I want versus experiencing more of what I already don't want? Make it make sense. I can't keep waking up every single day experiencing more of what I don't want. Can't do it. I love me too much for that. How much do you love you? That's the billion-dollar question. One more time, most people are more concerned with how their life looks to other people than how it feels to them. So as long as it looks good in the eyes of everyone else, you happy. Even though you're suffering in silence internally. Make it make sense. Let me leave you guys with this. People think that it takes time to change your life. It doesn't. It doesn't. Thank you so much for that, Mama. Thank you. You know, people think that it takes time to change your life. It doesn't. It only takes a decision. That's it. It doesn't take time. It only takes a decision, because the moment that you make the decision, the moment that you make an unwavering decision, your life changes immediately. Now, you may not see all of the results, but energetically and spiritually, you've already made the shift. God knows you are 10 toes down with respect to that particular shift that you made that's based on that decision. And he's going to start to surround you. See, you stay stuck because you don't know what's coming. And because you don't know what's coming, you rather hang on to what you already know than to walk into what you don't know. That's why most of us stay stuck. Because you're looking for the evidence first. No, when you're dealing with God, he's not going to show you the evidence first. He's going to tell you, just take off walking. I'm going to make sure that everything goes the way that you need to. Just take off walking. That's how I changed my life. Just take off walking. I'm walking away from everything. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Hold on. Can I take off, set everything down and take off walking? That was the most terrifying decision I've ever made in my life. But when you think about life only makes sense in reverse. Think about what I'm saying. Life only makes sense in reverse. When you look back over your life, it makes all the sense in the world. The problem is that reverse view that you get, you don't get that same view when you're looking out into the future, because that's where you got to put your trust in him. It only makes sense in reverse. Makes no sense moving forward, because now you need him. That's why you need him. So when you're putting your trust and you're putting your faith in him, right? I don't need to know I just need to master my moment. When I master this moment, the future will take care of itself. Right? So one more time, it doesn't take time to change your life. It takes an unwavering decision. The decision to leave the toxic relationship changes your life immediately. The decision to stop drinking or doing drugs changes your life immediately. The decision to love yourself unconditionally in this moment changes your life immediately. It doesn't take time to change your life. It takes an unwavering decision. Some of you guys are stuck because you haven't made the decision. Period. Period. So real quick, you guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the live. My goal anytime I do a live stream is to leave you better than I found you. So hopefully I was able to hit my mark as far as that is concerned. Yeah, absolutely, Danny. Absolutely. But just so you guys know real quick, my name is Jordan Williams. For everyone that's new to the platform, my name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness and self-mastery. Those are labels that I attach to myself, but they don't really describe what it is that I do, right? And my goal, my purpose, my mission, which I'm operating out of my purpose right now in life. I think that right there, just that in and of itself, is the most perfect. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. Just to be operating out of your purpose. Why? Because your purpose gives you energy. It never takes energy away from you. So sometimes when you wake up and you're tired and you're drained and you're all of these things, it's because you're out of alignment with your purpose. You're not doing what you were created to do. You're doing something to pay the bills. You're doing something to make ends meet, but you're not living out of your purpose. You're not living out of that thing that God created you to do specifically. So right now in this moment, I'm doing what he created me to do. Guess what's happening right now? There's no suffering. there's peace, there's joy, there's happiness, there's unconditional love, there's bliss. Time disappears. When you're operating out of your purpose, you're not watching the clock. You're not waiting to see what time is everything going to be over with. You lose track of time. You lose track of everything because nothing else matters in that moment. Again, your purpose gives you energy. It never takes energy away from you. That's the number one reason how you know whether or not you're operating out of your purpose is it draining you? Is what you're getting up doing every single day, is it draining you? Does it increase you? Does it motivate you? Does it inspire you? I don't need to be pumped up. I don't need a motivational speaker. I don't need to go to a seminar. I don't need to do any of these things. Again, when you're operating out of your purpose, you jump out of bed excited. You jump out of bed happy. You jump out of bed like you did when you were a little kid. You couldn't wait to go and watch your little favorite cartoons on Saturday or Sunday or whatever the case may be. That's how I get out of bed every single day. That's what I want to help people to reach that place where, again, where there's no suffering and there's no depression and there's no unhappiness and there's no all of these things going on, where you're not on all of these medications and going to therapy and the psychiatrists and all of these other people. You just need to understand how you work. Having said all of that, again, I'm a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness and self-mastery. I've helped to change and transform tens of thousands of people's lives all over the planet. There's probably 200 of those people on this live right now as we speak that have had the spiritual awakening or they're on that journey to their spiritual awakening. Let me tell you what's beautiful about your purpose. When you're operating out of your purpose, you're going to change people's lives just by being who you were. Just by showing up and being you. Just think about that for a second. Just imagine that. Just imagine just waking up every single day being who you are. And waking up every single day being who you are is changing and transforming people. You become so powerful that people are changed and transformed that are not even in the same room with you. That's how powerful God is. That's how powerful he is. Where you can just walk in a room, get on a call, jump on a Zoom, have a conversation with someone and transform the way that person feels about themselves in that moment. Bring that person to some spiritual awakening. Bring that person to some level of awareness. Help that person get up out of their depression. Be the light for that person. Be the answer or the blessing in that moment. That's what happens when you're operating out of your purpose, whatever your purpose may be, right? And so with self-awareness, that's goal number one. It's just to start operating out of your purpose, right? Let's find your purpose, what we call your zone of genius, where your purpose and your passion unite. That's your zone of genius. Your purpose, your passion is for you. Your purpose is for others. Your purpose is what you give away, but your passion is for you. And so once you start operating out of that, again, you're the tree. And everything that you create is only the fruit to your tree. This is my fruit right now. This live stream is my fruit. I'm the tree though, but it's an extension of the fruit that I give away. So every single day I show away, I give away my fruit, just like a real tree. The fruit is never for the tree. The fruit is for the person passing by the tree. The tree doesn't eat its own fruit. And the same thing with me. I don't get off on my own content. I create content and I hope that the right person aligns with the content and that there's some emotional exchange, some spiritual exchange there. That's the whole point, not to be missed. So for you guys that are, type me in the comments if you feel as though you are one of God's chosen ones, if you feel that you're ready for a spiritual awakening, if you feel like you're ready to take your life to the next level, just type me in the comments real quick. Let me see how many me's I got. Steve, what's up, Steve? Okay, so just so you guys know real quick too, I'm also a best-selling author of this book, The Secret of Awareness, How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? If you want a physical copy of this book, you can get it on Amazon. The book is a bestseller. It's a game changer. It's part of what you're going to need for your spiritual awakening. So again, the book is available on Amazon. Here's a point not to be missed. So I've created a community. The name of the community is Mindset Masters. And Mindset Masters is just that. I'm going to teach you how to master your mindset. Not only how to master your mindset. Well, what's going to happen when I master my mindset, coach? No more depression. No more fear. no more anxiety, no more unhappiness, no more, no more projecting, no more programming and conditioning, no more ego. Because when you got to understand, when it comes to your spiritual awakening, the first thing that has to go is your ego. And so that's the first thing that we're going to have to tackle. Every single person is on a different spiritual journey because every single person has different programming and conditioning. It's important that you understand that. That's why you can't compete against someone else, because it's different programming and conditioning. Some people may have a spiritual awakening and it may only take them 30 days to get there. Some people, it may take them a year to get there. It's all different because it's all predicated on your trauma, on your childhood experiences, on the failed relationships, the breakups, the heartache, the obstacles, the roadblocks, everything you had to go through leading up to this moment. And we won't know that until we start diving into who you are. But the point not to be missed is this. In this Mindset Masters community, and this is not the community is separate from this, but in the Mindset Masters community, all of my live streams are archived there. There's probably over 100 live streams archived there, and I add new ones there every single day. So that's the number one asset, in my opinion, there. Because why? Because now I can pause, I can rewind, I can screen record, I can take certain notes. I can take notes out of that, and that's going to help with your spiritual awakening, coupled with the book. But also, I've got a podcast that's only available inside of the community. You're going to have access to that. You're going to have access to me. Around the clock, you're going to have access to me. And then also inside the community, I'm writing every single day and posting every single day. There's things happening inside the community that I never share on all of the other public platforms. And you'll see that once you get inside of the community. What else, you guys? What am I forgetting about? There's so much that I'm horrible at breaking down what happens inside of the community, because there's so many parts that go on inside of there. But again, at the end of the day, you're going to get 2 life coaches. You're going to have 1 executive coach, all of the podcasts, all of the live streams, what I write every single day, and you're going to have access to me. And everyone inside the community has a growth mindset. Everyone inside the community is one of God's chosen ones, and they're all on their own spiritual awakening journey. Some of them have already reached that place, even though they're still growing and evolving, but they're so far away from who they used to be. So what you guys want to do is this. The community is $1 a day. Literally, that's it. It's $29 a month. No monthly contracts. It's a month to month. If you only need it for a month, get it for a month. If you need it for 2 months, get it for 2 months. The community is $1 a day, $29 a month. And you go. So what you're going to have to do is go to my profile page right now. Go to my profile. Let me say this. Be careful, because there's probably going to be, there's so many fake accounts and people pretending to be me on social media that it's mind blowing. So do not subscribe. If somebody, I will never direct message you. So if somebody's like, hey, it's going to say Mindset Masters, it's going to say all of that. It's not me. Go to my profile page right now, click the link that says join now, and then it'll take you to the sign up page, and then you guys will get signed up. It'll probably take you a minute to get signed up. That part right there, and choose yourself today. That's it. Choose yourself today. It's the best investment you're going to make in yourself all day today. And then when you guys get signed up, you're going to also receive a free copy of the book. So when you get signed up, you're going to receive a free copy of the book, because you're going to need this. This is essential to the community. And I do exclusive live streams. That's what I forgot. I do exclusive live streams inside the community every Tuesday and Thursday. We had a phenomenal one last night. Phenomenal live stream last night. So you're going to get a free copy of the book as well today. But you got to send me your email address once you get inside of the community. Send me your email address inside, not here on TikTok, please. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Mama. Thank you. Thank you. How do you know if you're ready for, what's that, sweetie? For this spiritual, yeah, ebook, Big Steve, ebook. Yeah, you're going to get a free copy because you're going to need it. You're going to need the book. Yeah, all of the live streams are kept inside of the community, so you'll never miss a live stream. Even if you don't catch me in the morning, you'll always catch it inside of the community. Okay, Jen, I love that. I love that. I love that, Jen. Thank you. Somebody asked a question about how do you know if you're ready? I don't know if I understood the question correctly. Steve, come join us, man. You're going to love the community. If you're ready, Jacqueline, if you're ready for what, sweetie? What exactly? I'm sorry. If you're ready for the community, if you're ready for your spiritual awakening, if you're ready for that part right there. Today marks the start of a new me. I love it. For spiritual growth, you're never not ready for spiritual growth. Your spirit, see, I'll tell you how you know, Jacqueline. I'll tell you how you know. Oh, good. Awesome. You just joined. I'll tell you how you know. Yeah, just go to the profile page and click the link, and then it'll take you there from there. But you can't do it from inside the community, so don't try to do it from inside this live. Jacqueline, let me tell you how you know. You don't find self-awareness. Self-awareness finds you. It's so important that you understand that. You do not find self-awareness. Self-awareness finds you. God, it will not allow you to experience this until he is ready for you to experience it. Now let me tell you what happened to me. In the beginning, as I'm learning, I'm so excited, right? I'm learning all of this powerful stuff and I'm trying to share it with this family member and share it with this friend and share it with this person that's close to me. Nobody took to it. No one took to it. Why? Because it wasn't for them. See, in every single family, there's only one chosen one. There's one chosen one in every single family. I could make the assumption that that person is you. I don't know that. But what I do know is in every single family, there's only one chosen one. And that chosen one is usually the one that was probably getting in the most trouble, the one that was doing this and doing that, and the one that everybody just didn't see it coming, right? There was that favorite kid or that favorite this or that favorite cousin or that favorite niece. No, they're not the ones. It's that one. And maybe you were that one. And here's what I also need you to understand. The size of your trauma is equal to the size of the gift that you carry. Everybody catch that? The size of your trauma is equal to the size of the gift you carry. So that pain that you carry lets me know that the gift that's inside of you is powerful. Because I was carrying, I would have never became this version of me. So don't look at, so when you look back, when you're looking over whatever it is you may have gone through, understand that when you're looking at whatever it is you may have gone through, you should be jumping up and down right now, especially if you're getting ready to start that process of your spirit. You should be jumping up and down right now, because whatever that gift is that you carry and whatever it is you went through in all of your yesterdays, that's whatever you've gone through is just the soil that your seed of greatness was planted in. That's it. That's all. You'll understand that once you start to become more self-aware. You'll understand that your story was just the soil that your seed of greatness was planted in. God planted you in a certain environment for a reason, around certain people for a reason, had certain experiences for a reason. And if I were to remove any one of those experiences that you had leading up to this moment, you wouldn't be who you are right now. You wouldn't be getting ready to have the spiritual awakening. So celebrate every single part of who you are. Celebrate every single chapter of your life leading up to this moment. See, that's the problem. We reject certain chapters, right? You got certain chapters that you showcase to the world and to your family and to people on social media. And then you have certain chapters that you're ashamed of, or certain chapters that you suppress. No. In order for your spiritual awakening, the first step is to fall in love with the book. Love the book called you. It's your book. It's your story. We've been programmed and conditioned to tell everyone else's story. You're so good at telling how someone else's life went, and this person went over here. No, you were created to tell your story. Tell your story, not someone else's. And even though that person may have went through adversity and struggles, we don't categorize and look at them the same way that we look at our own. No, you were created to tell your story, because your story is going to be the medicine that someone else. How did you overcome all of that? How did you become this powerful person? How did you become self-aware? How did you become a master of self? How did you develop the ability to walk in a room and transform the whole room, to walk in a stadium and transform the whole stadium, to sit in a car and transform the car into an office, to walk into a home and transform the home into a building? That's how powerful you're getting ready to become. That's how powerful you're getting ready to become. We're just being who you are is medicine. I wake up every single day mind blown. And and my number one, D, you know this, D. My number one thing that I told God, just don't make me weird. Please, God, don't make me weird. Whatever you do, please don't let me just turn into some weird person. I got robes on and walking around with stuff all on my head. Please don't let me be weird. Please. That was the number one thing I begged him for. Please don't let me be weird. Too many of these people are just weird. They're just weird. They take it too far. They do too much with it. That was the number one thing. I was like, I'll do anything you want me to do. I'll fly to Africa. I'll swim across the ocean. I'll do anything you want me to do. Just please don't let me be weird. Please. Don't let me turn into some weird version of myself. I've been cool my whole life. Just please don't let me be weird. Y'all laugh. I'm serious. I'm serious. I look at my brother. I'm like, ooh, I don't want to be like that. He's a preacher for real. I'm like, I don't want to be like that. If I got to look like that, I don't want to do it. I'm just being for real. If I got to look like that, I don't want to do it. If I got to walk up and the moment I walk up, everybody getting all tense and, oh, what he getting ready to say? He going to start preaching to us. Oh, he going to start doing. No, I don't want to be that person. Because I know how I feel when people walk up holding the Bible and, son, can I talk to you? And, my daughter, can I talk to you? Can I pray for? I don't want to be that person. Leave people alone. People want to be left alone. So my whole thing was, let me just be who I am, right? Let me just do me. The people that are for me are for me. The people that are not. There's nothing I can do. Just wake up every single day and dance my dance, and be a reflection of him in my own way, in my own unique way. And that's exactly what I am. That's what he let me do. That's exactly what he's going to do for you. Just be who you are. Because everybody else is taken already. So you might as well be who you are. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, people want to be left alone, man. Nobody wants you walking up, quoting Bible scriptures and all of that to them. Nobody want to hear all of that. Look at Muhammad, my brother. That's my brother right there, Muhammad. What's going on, man? We're going to have coffee somewhere, Muhammad. We're going to be in the airport. We're going to be somewhere. We're going to cross paths. You're going to be like, Coach. Come on, King. I'm telling you, man, nobody want all of that, man. People walking up on you, man. Just leave people alone. People want to be left alone today, man. People just leave people alone. The right people going to find you. See, when you become self-aware, the right people are going to find you. You're not going to have to go looking for them anywhere. They're going to find you. You see. And still be who you are. Still be fly as hell. Still go and do whatever it is you do. And that's another thing. Don't give up anything right now. If you're on your spiritual, that's the number one thing that I tell people. Let me say this real quick before I get out of here. Don't give up anything right now. If you drink, drink. If you smoke, smoke. If you like to go out and party, go out and party. Continue doing everything that you're doing. But this is what you have to understand. There's something called time under tension. And time under tension means that you intentionally set yourself in a state of isolation every single day. Okay, that's what time under tension means. It means that you intentionally set yourself away from the crowds, away from your phone, away from the distractions, whether that be for an hour a day, 2 hours a day, whatever you can do. Okay, and then you just study the self-awareness, right? And let me tell you what's going to happen. Self-awareness is so powerful that it's going to melt all of the impurities off of you. When I'm coaching you, you're like, Coach, I smoke. So what? Coach, I drink. So what? Coach, I do this over here and I do that over there. I'm not worried about any of that. The self-awareness is infinitely more powerful than whatever it is you hanging on to. You're only hanging on to that thing because there's probably some void in you, and that thing helps you to numb that pain that you're experiencing from whatever created the void. I don't want you to let go of anything, because the moment you let go of something, now it feels like you're losing something. I don't want you to ever feel like you're losing anything. What's going to happen to you is that it's going to happen naturally and organically. You're just going to say, Coach, I stopped smoking. I know. But I didn't put my thumb on the scale. Does that make sense? I didn't push you in this way and this way. Or, Coach, I stopped doing this. And Coach, it'll happen on your own. Right? And when the awakening is happening, self-awareness is so powerful that it's going to literally melt away all of the impurities off of you. But you're going to do it. And the reason why it's going to stick for you is because you're going to do it. Nobody forced you to do it and forced you to do that. So I tell people all the time, just show up as you are. Just show up as the most authentic version of you, and let the awareness do what, once it gets inside of you and all of the other stuff like that, it's going to melt everything away. It's like a knife to hot butter. The butter can't hang on to the knife. The knife is too hot. Does that make sense? So that's how you'll know, Jacqueline. So just start studying, join the community, start studying, go hard, keep doing everything you're doing, right? And just let the awareness, just let it get inside of you, right? Let it get inside of you spiritually. It's going to wake your spirit up, because your spirit has been waiting for this. Your spirit has been waiting for this day. It's your programming and conditioning that's keeping you stuck. It's your ego that's keeping you stuck. It's your pride and your persona that's keeping you stuck. It's the mask that we wear every single day when we go outside that's keeping you stuck. It's not the awareness. Anyways, you said, should you match people's energy? It depends on what you mean by that. Because I could take that a few different ways. What do you mean when you say, should you match people's energy? I do have IG. I'm rarely on there. I'm rarely on any of these platforms. I only come on here to do my thing and then I get out of here. But yes, short answer is yes. I believe it's Mindset Masters on IG as well. Let me see that question, and then I'll get out of here.